Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with another edition of Challenge Accepted. And this week, the challenge that Shannon Allor and I are taking on is the Scrap Squad lift for the week. It came out last Friday, and I've been just looking at it. I love this layout so much. The things that I hope to pick up in my lifts, and you're going to see in a minute that I'm going for a double page layout with the same design, but they'll turn out with very different looks. I like that the layers of strips are stitched and kind of seem to be the stitches are loose. They seem to be independent of the stitching. They're kind of stacked and curved on the edges, though not distressed. There are interesting little bits kind of sticking out between the layers. There's some mixed media underneath. And it's got these strips of photos. So I'm kind of going with this. I was looking in my photo library the other day for a specific photo, and I happened across the month of May in 2009. So I saw there that was kind of 2009 was kind of a special year. We had just retired the year before, and 2009 was when we kind of tried to fit in everything that was ever that we'd ever imagined retirement would be. And one of the things was a trip with each of the grandkids, and we also built a pool in the backyard. We bought a 92-year-old house and renovated it, started renovating it, and built a pool in the backyard with a big slide for the kids. And so among the pictures that were taken in May were this set of photos of the three girls, Allie, Katie, and Ava. Allie and Katie were, let's see, in 2009, I guess they were 7. And Ava was not quite 1. She was about 11 months in May. So I liked those, and we also had pictures of a trip we took Barrett to at Universal Studios. So I'm planning to do the layout instead of on white. I'm going to do it on black. And I've done the right side already. It's a strip of photos, and I used boy products, if you will. I did a, let's see if I can find it here. It's a Pink Paisley Wild Child collection, and I love every pattern in there. And I pulled a few things from other from my stash and from other collections, and I had some superhero. I didn't have any specific, couldn't find any specific Spider-Man things. That's who he was really into. Rolling Stones t-shirt here, an inflatable guitar that they gave him at the desk of the Hard Rock Hotel. Standing by the Beatles poster in the hallway. So it was all things to do with music and POW guns and superheroes and boom and I don't know, dogs with blindfolds on. Not quite sure where that came from. But this is the page I did for the boy side. All of the photos that I wanted to use were portrait mode, so I printed those. The strips are longer and narrower. So with the girls, the photos are all landscape. So I printed them, and with the 6 of those, the 2 strips together are going to be wider, and they're not going to be quite as long. And I'm going to have them over on the right side of the page, so they'll kind of go like this. And one thing that I noticed, and at first I kind of thought, well, there are all these long strips, and I was looking at maybe cutting some small strips off of 12-inch papers, and I started looking through scraps and kind of thought, no, I could do a 6-inch paper pad, and I'm looking for this one. This is an old Pink Paisley collection called, and I mentioned it in a video that I did last night, it's the same collection. It's called Summer Lights, I think. So these are the patterns from it, and these are truly scraps. I don't think any of these were cut from a full page. What I did for on the boy side, and I'm gonna do it for the girl side too, is I cut 6-inch strips, different widths from the 6-inch book, and then stitched them and kind of left the thread loose as they did in the original, and then I'll kind of place them like so, and it'll look like, who knows, there's only a 3-inch strip bottom and top. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to kind of randomly cut these strips, some taller, some shorter, and we'll figure out where they go. I know when I was putting the Barrett page together, I wasn't sure how things were going to turn out, and I did it while I was waiting for this glitter paste to dry. I used on the boy page, I used the Paige Evans star confetti stencil, and used, whose glitter paste did I use? I'll grab it. It's Viva Decor's glitter paste, and like other glitter paste, it kind of takes, when you do it on black, it kind of takes on a green hue. So I kind of like that. It looks nice here. I'm not quite sure what it's going to look like next to the girls in their pink dresses and so forth. Anyway, let me get back to cutting these, and we'll see where we can go from this one. What I did was, and you'll notice I kind of made a little bit of a mess right here, and I think the way that I had the stencil on the page, these stars didn't really come out as nicely, or these hearts didn't come out as nicely as the stars did. But I have all kinds of stickers and embellishments. I love these hearts, and I can probably do something. We'll figure that out when we get there. Flowers would also be appropriate because the girls are sitting in the garden. So first thing I did was decide how the photo strips were going to go together, and I'm not sure how I did the boys, and I don't really need for it to be a mirror image, but I think I'm going to do this. I don't want to cover Allie's face there, so I'll kind of do this. And that really basically defines the photo cluster, and now I start piecing things on. I kind of like this to be my primary, the primary one that you see when you look at it. I love that stripe. So I'm going to do this, and I'll kind of measure that and see how far down we can, because this stack is not as tall as the other, I don't come as close to the edges of the paper. So I'm just going to kind of go about pulling these things, underlapping and overlapping, and then I did it as I went along on the other one, but I think I'm going to wait till the end to do the curling of the papers. I can do this one. Oh, don't want to put the clouds upside down, but I do not want the perforated edge to show there. So I'll kind of, maybe I'll overlap that there, Are you able to see what I'm doing? Let me put this up here. I'm going to put some glue tape there. This may take more time than I thought I wanted to spend, but I think it's kind of worth showing how this goes together. So I've got this here. I want to underlap it. Kind of, that one's glued down too well. And I didn't, with this one, as with the other, I didn't think of that until it was done. Okay, and then here I like this rose, abstract rose. I've got pieces turned over. Let's do this. I like this part to show. This kind of really looks nice with the girls' dresses. Let me put that there. It's so much easier if you... I like this hot pink color to be showing. So I think I'll do this. And as you notice, I'm not really worrying a whole lot about whether this piece at the top is at the exact angle as the one at the bottom. Visually, that's gonna look okay. That's gonna look like it's fine. And I do see that I'm overestimating the amount of room I have, so let me get this one and kind of put it back up. So I don't like it being the same length as the strip next to it, but I can't have it being, I thought it would be nice being long. Okay, so we'll do this. Let's go with the yellow next to the blue, and that kind of looks like Ava's little outfit. In this case, I'm gonna put the glue tape on the strip, whichever way I'm putting it. There we go. And I still kind of like that that thread is loose. I have a kind of a gray pattern here, and I like that that kind of gives a little relief from all the color, but I don't want it to be too prominent, so I'm going to put it down lower than the pink and kind of hidden largely by the pink. Let me do the same thing here. There we go. And I've got another yellow. I have a yellow on the far right, so let me do a yellow on the left. And I might bring that up to the level of the pink. Again, kind of testing to make sure I have enough room. If it goes no higher than the pink, it should be fine. I put the glue on the wrong side there. When it's all said and done, I'm going to be taping some foam to the back. So I kind of like that. Let's see. I'm gonna do it like this. And that'll be a little bit different look. Okay, next I kind of like these popsicles. I'm turning them over to on the back. Okay, that's kind of cute, and this will allow me to meet the summer treats requirement in the For the Love of Pretty Paper challenge, a summer fiesta challenge. And let me do that. There. Okay, I've just got 2 more strips left, so this one isn't going to extend out as far as the other. This one's primarily purple on the top. It was kind of an ombre, and I could do that and actually kind of too high. It might be okay. And the pink will go down here. It's not going to be obvious that that's the bottom part of that because the colors are so different. But you know, right? Okay, here. And then I've got this wood grain, which I'm going to put here. It's kind of a pretty color. What we'll do on the girls, we'll just kind of load it up with embellishments to make up for the fact that the strips don't come out to the side. And I don't consider that a problem. I wanted these to look like they came from the same design. I want you to be able to see the original design in it, but it doesn't have to. I'm not going for matchy-matchy. Okay, so this looks okay to me. I'm going to cut a piece of foam and get it attached to the back here. I want it sitting up so that there's some shadowing, if you will, of the strips as they're as I curl them. So now I'm going to go about curling them, and I just kind of curl and fold over and get them a little bit distressed, but at least with some dimension to them. And I think I had planned maybe to just stitch exactly down the middle and do some precise measuring, and that didn't go very far with me. Precise measuring isn't a thing with me. I was actually being as precise as I wanted to be, as I had any intention of being, when I did when I counted how many strips there were. Actually, I have this piece of paper from the Horizon collection sitting on my desk. I'm going to back a little tiny rose cut file with it. But first I can cut a couple of strips and put one on the right and one on the left, kind of coming out of this. The colors are compatible, which is why I was going to use it for the rose. And I'll go. I don't want this to be, and I could cover that with embellishments and you'd never know it. But if we have this strip, if the embellishments don't go all the way, then we have something pretty that looks like it belongs kind of right underneath. So I like that idea, and I will kind of do that. Let me get a little piece of foam to balance that. And then we'll go to the other side. The other side, I may just do this so that it's somewhat tucked in, but kind of comes out at an angle. And it will look like one of those strips. So I like that. Let me make sure I can get that glued in properly. The problem with pre-gluing things is if you move them and the glue hasn't, the glue tape hasn't really dried or become permanent, then you can move things around. And that's kind of what's happening now. And I'm not going to let it bother me a whole lot because it's all fixable if I turn it over and kind of run a bead of this that way and then get some of the foam to kind of hit that glue. The foam will balance it and it'll keep it lifted up, so you'll have that dimension. Okay, so there's what goes there. Let me go ahead. I will always be able to see how to embellish better when I get it glued down. And see what, okay, so you can kind of see where these hearts are extending out. I've got a little poofy thing. I had an orange one that I put in on Barrett's. I like that. I have a whole slew of cute. One of the requirements for the Mind the Scrap summer challenge is for this week is rainbow. And while I have met the requirement by having pretty much every color of the rainbow in both of these layouts, just for the heck of it and because I love rainbows, I'm including, and in some cases kind of hiding little rainbows. And this one was on a cut apart sheet from, I want to say the Wild Child, the Pink Paisley Wild Child Girl collection. And I liked it so much. I used a few of the papers, but I liked this rainbow so much. I cut it, and then there was a branding strip that had the same rainbow, so I kind of tucked that in to the boys' side page. I like, this one has clouds with it, so I'm going to let it show a little more. And I'll kind of put it here at the, where that new paper that we put on there kind of ended, and it kind of gives it a bit of a finial, if you will. Okay, I've got this set of this puffy sticker that has that same color pink that Allie's blouse is, and I kind of like that. I like this kind of tucked in, like it's coming out from under one of those layers, so I'll put it there. I have several other things, but And I used, I love my little toucans, and I used a toucan and a parrot on Barrett's. So I'm going to do the same thing here. It'll be another bit that kind of ties the two layouts together. I saw this word bestie on that same cutout sheet on the pink Paisley Wild Child Girl 6-inch pad. I won those, by the way. I was the overall grand prize winner at Load Layout a Day that's put on by Scrap Happy. And it was, I think, last year, the year before, maybe in spring of last year, maybe May's load from last year. And the grand prize was a wonderful surprise box from American Crafts. And so those two 6-inch pads were part of the prize. That it was an amazing prize, and I am forever grateful. It was I've been doing loads since 2016, and I love it. Some of the best people from around the world participate in it, and I've learned about so many other challenges, and I've been to a couple of their Scrap Happy family reunions, and that's what they call their retreats. And couldn't make it this year, but I missed seeing those fabulous ladies. I'm going to take I'm really trying to build on that hot pink color that doesn't have any purple in it, mainly because I've used some purpley papers, and I will kind of use a more purpley flower here and there. Let me kind of, again, have that one look like it's coming out, peeking out from one of those. I have another hot pink flower in the sticky or puffy sticker. Let me do this one as though it's coming out from behind the photo. Let me get the hot pink part showing, since that's why I'm using it. Okay. I have a whole slew of Paige Evans whimsical and other horizon flowers. I think most of these might be whimsical. I have a rainbow heart that I happen to find. This could go here and maybe be embellished by, what if I just kind of, well, I think I still want to back that. Okay, let me see what I'm going to do here. I would like this better, I think, if it had a more distinctive edge. So I'm going to use this. It's called Old Road, so it's kind of a grayish, brownish color that's neutral, and it will still kind of stand out behind the black. I'm going to put 3 pop dots on it and then embellish around it. Let it kind of be out here away from the photo cluster, and you and I know that it's serving the purpose of covering up where I messed up on that I could, that's too big a flower, but I've got a cute little flower cluster that might work. I like that. I'm moving my lamp as I reach for my glue. Let's do that. And then I've got another one that is a little different color. And I'll have it maybe coming out this way. I could maybe, that doesn't work for me. And I'll do that. And then I will match the kind of reddish color in that heart and have an overlapping heart. That's okay there. I've got a hot pink flower that could be kind of sticking out from here. Kind of reinforces the hot pink that's there. And I've got quite a few leaves. I don't think I'm necessarily going to worry about leaves. I have this kind of round thing. Doesn't seem to go with what I have going on. I have this word lovely, and I prefer the word bestie, so I'm not going to use lovely. I'll save it for another time. Now, if I were to back this cut file with this paper, where would it go? I'm thinking this might be a nice place. I'll be adding some sequins in. That's kind of covering up Katie's legs, and that's okay. That's not the most attractive part of that picture. So let me see where I can get the colors that fit in there most. I like the yellow of Ava's dress, so I want to include some yellow. So let me kind of go, if I do this, I get the yellow, but I'm not really getting much of the pink. Okay, let's see, what do I do? I'm gonna go actually with that. So how I'm gonna do this, and I hope it works as well. This is an extremely thin flower, and I'm gonna work on top of some packaging or something that can get a little glue on it. Let me put the glue completely around the flower. This glue dries matte, finished, and clear, so it's okay if some of it leaks onto the paper, but I'm going to try to smooth that out with my fingers since this is such a small cut file with small, let's see, where's my, oh, here are my tweezers. Okay, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm actually going to kind of spread the glue around so that there aren't any huge clumps. And if I had thought about doing this before I started this video, I might have had some baby wipes handy, and there are some at the other end of the table. Let me just do this. I'm going to find the spot on the paper that I like. And now I'm not even going to wait till it dries. I will fussy cut around this and create our kind of unique embellishment. Again, I have no idea where that this little rose came from. It was in a container that held this container, which holds a lot of things I brought back from the Secret Not Secret retreat in Oak Harbor, Ohio, back in March. And I've kind of picked through that and pulled all of the Horizon and whimsical stuff out, and kind of got that grouped with the papers, and kind of made more of a kit or collection of it. And what's left are some things I got from the freebie table and some other embellishments that were in a couple of kits that I've gotten. And hopefully that wasn't too much of a blip for you. I just got a low battery warning from my phone. But we're almost finished, so yay for us. Okay. I will do the title off camera. And the reason for that is I'll show you what I've chosen and what the title's going to be. The Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge requires let's see if I can do this so that okay, that doesn't cover up too much of the photo. It overlaps it nicely, and I can put a heart kind of sticking out there that's in that lighter pink, and I haven't used that. So I have a trio of hearts, one in the reddish color that's here, one in the hot pink. I haven't used the purplish one. Is there anything else here that needs to be in this? Okay, so here's the deal on the title, and I'll let you go. I'm going to use on each page to get the 5 points for the page. You have to have a title with 2 different fonts, and that's I've done pages like that before. I've done challenges like that, similar to that before. So what I want to do is I want to have these 2 pages side by side in an album. So I want the title to go across, and so I thought I'd use the same font for the first 2 words in the title, and then down below I thought I'd use a pink girly font over on this side, and a different, actually I'd kind of picked, let's see if I've got, anyway, I'm using a different font here. So the title is going to be Scenes from May 2009. And so scenes from are going to be in this, which is a really nice foam holographic look that will really stand out on the black. So scenes on this page from, and then May will be in a pink girly font, and then 2019 will be in a font that matches one of these collections that I used in the on this page. And since I don't have that out on the table and failed to bring it before I started running the camera, I'm not going to make you suffer through it, but it'll be on the finished page. Also on the finished page, I will be adding 4 sequins, and I think that's it. The requirements are thread and stitching, which I have, rainbow colors, which I clearly have, The title will have 2 different fonts, and each page will have 2 different fonts. I have more than one photo. Yes, I have 6 on each page, and so I need at least 4 sequins. So I will probably sprinkle some sequins in among the hearts here, and I think I have some heart-shaped sequins that I would like this heart motif to kind of go a little bit further over here, so I may work on that. And I will do the other sequins, and I'll probably do them in colors like red, yellow, blue, kind of primary colors. And here I'll probably try to use pinks. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Challenge accepted. Again, I'm very happy with these pages. I absolutely love the original lift. But these are not my colors, as you well know. So I love how these turned out, and this allows me to kind of start a few pages in an album that tell the story of all the things that we did in 2009. So I've enjoyed this for many, many reasons. So thank you for watching. Enjoy Shannon's. Her channel is She's Crafty, and I'll have her link in my description. Bye.